Hey, Marie. Is it okay to talk to you now?
Hi, Dad. Good morning. Is anything wrong?
Anything wrong? Marie, don't you know that I'm waiting for your reply? You did read my text that I sent you before, right? I've been waiting all along.
Oh, sorry about that. It's not like I was ignoring your text. I was going to reply to you later, but I guess I just forgot about that.
So, what's your answer to that? Are you going to be able to come visit me with Lisa next week?
Well, about that, we actually already have plans for next week. So I guess Lisa and I won't be able to go visit you.
Oh, really? That's too bad. Because I just bought a toy that Lisa might really like. So I wanted to give it to her as soon as possible.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well then, how about coming here the weekend after that? It can be either Saturday or Sunday since I'm available for both days.
Actually, all of our weekends of Saturday and Sunday are unfortunately full of plans.
What? All your weekends are full already? Hey, that can't be. It's just the beginning of this month. And I assume we should be able to squeeze in some time to spend with me, you know?
Well, I'm sorry about that, but we just can't do anything about it. We have plans to hang out with our friends from kindergarten, and we have our daily lessons. And we have plans to go out with our family, too. So we don't have any available days and can't change our plans that easily.
Oh, I guess this means that I can't see Lisa this month.
Unfortunately, I guess so.
Hey Marie, you know that I'm always looking forward to seeing my granddaughter Lisa. You know that I'm working hard at work every day just for that reason.
Yeah, I understand that you love your granddaughter so much, but why don't you try working hard for a different purpose than that?
Seeing our grandchild is like the main purpose of life for old people like us. Since we're just getting older every day, there's nothing more to hope for than that.
But I do know that you always look forward to going out somewhere with Mom, too. And I heard from Mom that, well, you actually sent her roses on your wedding anniversary, right? Isn't that so sweet? You guys are so in love with each other, even though you've been married for such a long time.
No, that's not me. I think that's a misunderstanding and your mother is just getting things mixed up.
Oh, you're just being shy. That's so cute.
Well, just forget about our situation. So how about you, Marie? I hope your husband, Sean, isn't losing affection towards you.
What a horrible thing to say. You don't need to worry because we're totally fine.
Hey, are you really sure? Because Marie, you do know that you may be clumsy sometimes, right? I remember that you did mistake using salt instead of sugar when you were cooking. So I'm worried about Sean's health and if you're not making him eat something strange.
How far back are you talking about? That was way back ago, like when I was in junior high.
Oh, was it that while ago?
Yeah, that's right. You know I'm a grown adult now.
Well, if everything seems to be okay, I guess that's fine. There aren't such good fine guys like Sean out there these days, you know. So you should be thankful for being together and having a family with him. You know he's so thoughtful that he even gave us a gift for our wedding anniversary. Even though you, Marie, our actual daughter, forgot all about our anniversary and didn't even notice.
Oops, so sorry about that. I guess I was just too busy at that time and forgot to do so.
Well, I understand that mothers are always so busy with something all the time.
That's absolutely right.
Anyway, can you leave your schedule open for the first Saturday of next month?
What? You're asking me to open up my plans for next month for you already?
Yeah, because I don't want to miss this chance to postpone the date of seeing Lisa again.
But I'm definitely going to forget about any plans for next month if you decide these things so early.
Oh, don't worry. That's no problem. Because I'll be sure to remind you about this every week so you won't forget.
Well, I appreciate that, but that's going to be pretty annoying.
Well then, just save that in our calendars now so you won't forget.
Alright, I'll keep that day available for you.
Great, I'm looking forward to it. Okay then, I'm going back to work now.
And, Dad, listen, don't try to text me like this while you're at work, okay? Remember, you're getting paid at this very moment, too.
Oh, don't worry. This is totally fine. Because the boss also needs some time to get relaxed for the team's members to work comfortably, right? So these moments are absolutely necessary for both me and my team anyway.
Okay. Anyway, I'll talk to you again soon.
Oh, and remember, your mom was also looking forward to seeing Lisa too. So try to send her some texts with pictures of Lisa sometime, okay? It will make her really happy. Hello, Sean. Good evening.
Hello, Mike.
Good evening. It's such a surprise to receive a text from you since I haven't had a chance to hear from you for a while. Is everything okay? Well, actually, I've been sending Marie several text messages, but it seems that she has been ignoring them for quite a while. So I'm having trouble reaching her. Oh, really? Yeah, she's supposed to come visit us tomorrow with Lisa. But since she hasn't replied to us, I was becoming worried. I just want to know, what is Marie actually doing now? Is everything okay with her? Oh, Marie's actually sleeping now. Really? She's already gone to sleep? Isn't it a bit too early to go to bed? Well, usually she's still awake at this time of day, but unfortunately, Lisa is currently sick in bed with a cold, and as Marie was trying to make her go to sleep, I guess she just fell asleep with her. What? Lisa has a cold. Is she alright? She have a fever too? Yeah, she still does. But you don't have to worry since everything is alright. Because we already took her to the hospital, so I think she will get better if she just gets some sleep. Oh, really? Poor thing. So if she has a cold now, I guess we won't be able to see her tomorrow. Yeah, I guess that's right. It might take a few more days for her to get well. I'm so sorry, Mike. I know that you were really looking forward to seeing her. Yeah, I'm sad, but I guess we need to prioritize Lisa's health condition and hope that she gets better soon. And I know that kids just get sick all the time, so there's nothing we can do about that. Well, I'm so sorry, Sean. Contacting you at a time like this to make you reply to me urgently. No, don't worry at all. I completely understand that you were just worried about Marie since she didn't reply to you for a while. That's right. She didn't reply to me and I couldn't reach her for a few days. I even tried calling her and her mother also sent her text messages, but she didn't reply to both of us. Oh, really? I wish I could have noticed about this earlier. I guess Marie was all caught up with Lisa and just didn't have any time to check her messages. Since she was taking care of Lisa and hasn't been getting any sleep at all these few days. Oh, really? So Lisa was that sick? Yeah, Lisa actually started vomiting from 2 days ago. But now that she has stopped, she just has a fever now, so I guess she's getting a little better. It looks like she got sick from her stomach. Oh, really? That must have been tough for her. Well, I hope she gets better soon. Thank you for caring about our family, and we're so sorry to have made you worried about this. Once Lisa gets well, I'm sure she will go visit you again soon. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Well, Lisa, hello to Marie as well. I hope she doesn't wear herself out too, taking care of Lisa. Although I know she must be busy with that. Could you tell her to reply to us when she has some time? Yes, I will tell her to do so. I hope you and Kelly also take care of yourselves too. Thanks for reaching out to me. It was nice talking to you. See you again. Bye.
Grandpa, is this you?
Huh? What?
It's Lisa.
Really? Is this really you, Lisa?
Yeah, it is.
Well, well. Oh my god, I can't believe this. This is your mom's smartphone, right? So, does this mean you're the one actually sending text messages from her phone? Wow, I didn't know you can do that already. Aren't you such a genius? Grandpa's so surprised that you're such a big girl now.
No, Grandpa, this is serious.
Yeah, of course I'm serious. It's so unbelievable for a 5-year-old girl like you to be able to text to me like this. Wow, Lisa, that's so incredible. Now you can text me and we can send messages every day. You're such a genius. So proud of you. I'm saying that you're so amazing.
No, I'm not, Grandpa, because I just can't do anything to help Mom now.
What? What do you mean, Lisa? Why does your mom need help? Did anything happen to her? Is that why you're trying to send these messages to me now?
Dad hit Mom, and she's not moving at all. Grandpa, please help her. I don't know what to do.
What? You're saying that your mom can't move? What kind of condition is she in now? Is she awake and breathing?
Yeah, she is. Dad just hit her so many times. Even if I told Dad to stop, he kept on hitting her, and he hurt my leg too, so I can't move. So, Grandpa, please help me.
Hey, Lisa, listen to me. Oh, I actually don't know what's happening. I need you to calm down first. Don't worry. You don't have to move by yourself, okay? and just staying laying right there for your mom, okay? You understand what I'm saying? Don't move at all, and just stay there, because Grandpa is heading to your house right away.
Really? You're coming here, Grandpa?
Yeah, I'll be there immediately, so just wait there. Is your dad at home now?
No, he went to work.
Okay, Lisa. Your grandpa and grandma will go there and help you out. So you can just stay there and wait for a while until we come?
Okay, I will. And Grandpa, thanks a lot.
Hey, you bitch! Where'd you go? You better come home right now. Otherwise, I'm going to expose your shameful pictures and videos to other people.
Hey, Sean, can you just stop? I've had enough of this.
Hey! Where are you now? You better tell me.
Of course I'm not telling you, because I don't want to see you anymore.
You don't come back, you know what's going to happen to you, right? And there's no way you're getting away with this, so why don't you just give up?
No, I absolutely don't care what happens. So just do whatever you wish. Because I'm not going to obey what you say from now on. I'm not afraid of your threats anymore. I'm ready to go through any humiliation to protect Lisa from you.
Oh, really? That's so. But you do know I have Lisa's photos too. I can actually sell those to people who have had that kind of taste, you know? So, what are you actually going to do about that? You can't just simply run away from me like this, so I think you better just come home and continue to do what I say if you really want to protect Lisa.
Oh, I can't believe you just say such a thing. You're really so pathetic. You're definitely not the same human as us. I don't even want to admit that you're Lisa's father now.
Even if you don't admit it, I am Lisa's father, so you can't just run away from me like this. If you're going to come back anyway, suppose the earlier the better.
No way. I'm not going back home. I'm never going back to you, so just forget about us. I'm actually heading off to the police to report about what you've done. So goodbye. And I'm cutting off this relationship between us. So never think of trying to get near me or Lisa again.
Hey! Wait! Don't mess around with me, you fool! You actually don't care what will happen to your family? Remember, I'm friends with people who are actually dangerous, you know? So you should think carefully of what you do. Because if you tell the police, I'm gonna beat you up so hard that you won't be able to walk forever. And I will chase you up until hell.
Hey, Sean.
Huh?
This is Marie's father.
What?
I've heard everything from Marie about you. I heard that you were doing horrible things to Marie all this time, like hitting her and taking photos and videos that she wasn't willing to take. And you were just always threatening her like you're doing right now, right?
Mike? Is Marie and Lisa staying at your house right now?
Nope. They are not, so just know that it's useless trying to find them. Because if she were at our house, we know that you would definitely come there. So I had to protect Marie and Lisa from you. I went to pick up Marie and Lisa at your house and was so shocked to find both of them injured. Marie even fainted because she hit her head. I can't believe you can do such a thing and also just leave them like this. So we definitely don't want such a dangerous person to come to our house.
No, Mike. This is all a misunderstanding. You need to listen, because there's an explanation to all this.
Whatever the reason is, you're completely out of your mind to hit someone like this. Do even husbands threaten their wives like this in the first place? There is absolutely no reason to hit my daughter like this. And I can never forgive you for this.
Although I don't know what Marie is saying to you, but Marie was actually having an affair. And it wasn't just once. She was having an affair with several guys. Since she didn't stop doing this by just warning her with words, I had no other option but to.
So, do you have evidence that she was actually having an affair?
Yes, I do. I have videos of her bringing several men into our house.
My daughter is saying that they are just delivery persons who came by, and you're not believing what she's saying. I suppose you've just been exaggerating and blaming things that she's not bad for, right? Even if she denies it, you force her to think that she's wrong for everything, right?
No, they were actually men who were disguised as delivery men.
Well, if you still think that way, why don't you go ahead and sue her through a lawyer? But remember, my daughter's been hit and treated with violence, so we do know who's going to win this anyway. If you report to the police, then it'll be clear if my daughter was actually having an affair or not. And if she actually was having an affair like you say, then I will pay you as much consolation money you need. Anyway, I'm definitely going to make her divorce you, so you're never going to see my daughter or Lisa again.
Hey, Mike! What's the purpose of going all the way to report to police? Because this is just a matter within our family.
You actually think that hitting your wife and child and threatening them is just a matter that can be solved within your family? Don't you still understand that what you have been doing is completely a crime?
No, it's not. Because all I wanted was for Marie to think that our family is important. I just wanted her to understand that.
Well, if you wish for that, you should have been the one to take care of your family more. I heard from Marie that you always yelled at her when something didn't go the way you wanted. And I heard that as things became worse, you started hitting her and became violent. As you appeared like a nice guy from the outside to people, it seems that Marie hesitated many times to consult about this with anyone. I guess I was also one of those people who thought about you like that as well. And I'm really regretting that I couldn't notice the situation much earlier. Whatever you say, I will never return my daughter and granddaughter to you ever again. So we're cutting off this relationship with you.
Oh, is that so? Then I have my own plans for this anyway. Before you go over to the police, there are things I can do on my end too. So you better consider this more carefully. Otherwise...
We don't mind, so go ahead and do whatever you want. But don't regret it.
You're definitely the one who's going to regret this. I know you heard this from Marie, but I do have some nasty friends who can do anything. So, you don't know what will happen if you go over to the police and report this. It'll probably affect your job as you may have to quit your work before your retirement. So, I think you should reconsider this for the sake of your family.
I assume the nasty friends of yours are probably just helpless gangsters who can't do anything, right?
I actually have more connections with the upper gangsters of the society, too. I've even gone out to drink with them. There's no way that you're getting away with this, as I can contact them anytime.
I can't believe there are people who still say those kinds of things these days. But anyway, that's okay. Because I already settled things out directly with the nasty upper gangster friend of yours.
Huh?
I called the phone numbers that Marie told me, but those guys were saying that they won't take any action in such a small matter like that. I'm glad they are so understanding about this.
What? You actually called them?
Yeah, and they were angry that you used their name even though you're not even familiar with them. I guess you just lost your friends and made them upset. So I think you should start worrying about yourself than about us. Because I'm not sure what they will do.
No, you need to believe me. I really went out for some drinks with them before.
You really think that they would go all the way to threaten us just for your personal grudge? Oh, I can't believe you're such a foolish guy. Remember, I'm going to report everything you did to the police. So you're the one who's not getting away with this. You better compensate for your crime and completely cut your relationship off with my daughter and granddaughter.
Mike? Please let me apologize.
You know that it's too late to apologize now after all of this.
I really thought that Marie and Lisa were important family to me. And I was doing this for the sake of our family. But whenever I get angry, I know that I just lose control and get so emotional.
Well, you losing your control is what's so dangerous and makes you violent. And this was so shocking to know because you always seemed like a nice guy. I did think you get angry easily, but you were always choosing the right person to get angry with. But your problem is not just about your impulsiveness, because you were hurting my daughter and granddaughter, and you were definitely aware of it while doing so.
Please let me apologize to Marie. I'll never do this again. I will promise that I will never hurt her.
Oh, and will you just cut that off? It's useless to apologize now. You did such a horrible thing to my daughter and granddaughter, and I can never forgive you for that. I can never let them meet someone who hits them and forces them to obey.
Please, I'll do anything you say, so just don't call the police. I'm so sorry. I will do whatever you say and completely cut off the relationship with my wife and daughter. So I beg you, please, do forgive me.
How can I forgive you? I'm so furious that honestly, I want to hit you back by revenge for hurting them like you did. So if you happen to show up in front of my daughter and granddaughter someday, then just remember that I will be the one to chase you up to hell. Soon after that, my daughter's husband, Sean, finally got arrested by the police. It seems that he had additional crimes other than the incident with his family, and it actually turned out that several women had filed claims against him with other additional issues. It was so shocking to know that this was not just a small matter from our family, and had such an effect to other people as well. I will not mention what he was actually claimed for, but they were all too horrible to be forgiven, and he has been finally sentenced to prison. I'm so relieved that my daughter and granddaughter have now been separated from that evil guy. Sean and my daughter finally got divorced, and my daughter has safely gotten Lisa's custody. But I really regret that I couldn't notice that my daughter, who was always looked cheerful, had continued to bear with this horrible situation for over 5 years. It seems that my daughter couldn't say anything about this to me or my wife, thinking about the risk of putting us in danger as well. I do regret that there must have been more signs from my daughter that I could have noticed to help her out of that situation more earlier, and that it must have been our fault to create an environment where she couldn't ask for any help from us. I can't forgive myself for thinking that such an evil guy was a good person, not realizing the true self of him. And now I know that you should never judge a guy just from their appearance and superficial behavior. I swear to my heart that I will never let my daughter and granddaughter live a life to suffer, after seeing them go through all of this. And I'm willing to do whatever I can to stay by their side and provide full support whenever they need it. Now that we finally sold our house, we moved into a new apartment with high security, living together with my wife, daughter, and granddaughter. The reason why we moved is because Sean knows our old address and wanted to completely cut off the relationship with him. Although Sean is still prohibited to go near us if he gets out of prison, we will probably still have to continue to live with the fear that he might come seeing us someday. So, I thought that we should do whatever we can that is necessary to protect my family from him, as much as possible, and be determined to start a new life in a new neighborhood. But honestly, I'm not sure how far I can actually support my daughter and granddaughter from now on in this situation, and will always continue to be worried about them. And I don't know how long it will take for both of them to gradually recover from this horrible trauma. But I guess we have no choice but to try to move on with our new lives positively, and just hope my wife and I can live as long as possible, and continue to provide an environment for my daughter and granddaughter to live a safe and happy life in the coming future. Thank you for watching Peep Talk videos. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Also, feel free to leave any comments. Please, visit us again to check the next video.
Good morning, Meg. Did you have some time to think about the matter we talked over yesterday?
Yeah, Todd, but since this just came up so suddenly, I'm sorry, but I haven't made up my mind yet.
Was it such a tough decision to make?
Well, yeah, I suppose it is tough for me to decide now. Because you suddenly asked me to live with your parents when we just went to meet them to say we were getting married. I didn't expect that we would live with them so soon right after we got married. So I guess I do need more time to think and become ready for that situation. And since this is such an important matter, I really wish you could have told me about this much earlier before we met your parents. Because, this was actually the first time we met your parents, Todd, so I didn't expect the discussion about living together would be brought up so suddenly.
Hey, I think you're taking this matter too seriously. Like I said to you yesterday, it's not like we have to continue to live with them forever, My parents are saying that they are planning to go to a nursing home in the future. So, we just need to live with them until we save enough money to buy a house by ourselves.
Can't we save up money just by renting a house, living on our own?
But then we'll have to continue to pay rent, and will take us even more time to save enough money.
But even if we live at your parents' house, it will still cost us living expenses, right? Don't tell me you're just planning to pay only the food and utility expenses while living with your parents.
I know, but even so, you know that it's going to be much cheaper than paying rent.
I'm sorry that I couldn't say this to you clearly yesterday because we were sitting right in front of your parents, but I want you to understand how I actually feel about this. Honestly, I don't think I want to live with your parents.
Huh? Why is that?
Because if we do, then I will always have to be concerned about them. I really appreciate the situation that they're welcoming me as a family, but this is just too sudden and difficult for me to accept now.
Well, actually, I don't think so. Meg, I do think you will get along with my parents very well without any problems. So there's nothing you need to worry about. Or does that mean that you actually don't want to live with them? Was there anything wrong about my family that makes you think so?
No, it's not like that, but living together with your parents is actually a really big matter to me. Todd, try thinking of being in my shoes. Would you actually be able to live with my parents in a situation like this so suddenly?
Yeah, if your parents are willing to, I guess I can. But your parents' house is actually far away. That's obviously going to be impossible, though.
Can't you reconsider this? Isn't it possible to think of not living together with them?
Well, since my parents are actually pretty positive about living with you, and since I've caused so much trouble to my parents in the past, I do wish to make up for that by living together, staying close by and supporting them, and hope to give back to my parents for what they have done for me.
But even if we don't actually live with them, can't we just find a place to rent nearby your parents' house and live separately?
You see, Meg, when I was in school, I was out all the time and barely came back home to spend time with my family. So I just want to make up for that and want to live with them for a couple of years. Of course, if you say that it's impossible after you try living with them, then we can find a place to live separately. So can't you at least try this once for me? Hey Meg, please. And I'll try not to cause you trouble as much as possible. I'll even try to make some private time for you so you can relax, Meg. My father will probably be out all day working, and it's not like my mother is at home every day, and my grandmother doesn't come out of her room either. So I assume you'll be able to have some time on your own.
What? Your grandmother is living with your parents too?
Oh, didn't I mention that to you?
No. I haven't heard about your grandmother living with your parents.
Well, it's like she isn't there at all. Since she barely moves around, you can just think of her as one of those figurines.
Hey, I'm sorry, as I said I needed more time to think about this. Because as I actually discussed this with my parents, they said that they couldn't completely agree on living together with your parents.
Well, I think your opinion is more important than your parents' ideas. Or is it that you just don't want to marry me? You know we agreed to get married right after we met our parents in the first place.
No, don't get this wrong, Todd. It's not like I don't want to get married to you. It's just that I don't think marriage and living together with your parents would come as a set.
Well, it's a surprise to me that you actually didn't want to live with my parents.
No, I'm not saying that I don't want to live with your parents. I just think there are certain procedures and the right timing for this.
Well, I'm sorry, Meg. I guess I was just thoughtless about this. I should have thought about how you might feel before asking you directly in front of my parents. But I actually don't think this is a bad situation for both of us. Because by doing so, we can save up our money and also live in a bigger home than renting someplace.
Yeah, of course I understand your point. So if you can give me some time, I'll try to think about this a little more. Well then, I'll contact you again later. Hello, Meg. This is Todd's mother, Anne. Todd told me your contact. I'm sorry to contact you so suddenly, but since we're going to be in a long relationship from now on, I hope you can save my contact. Hello, Anne. Thank you for contacting me. I really appreciate you welcoming me into your family. Sure, of course. We're so happy that you will be joining our family. But about that, Meg, please let me apologize first. I'm so sorry about the conversation we had the other day. You were probably so surprised when Todd suddenly talked about living together, right? I did warn Todd about that after that conversation. What? Because I do understand that no newlyweds would want to live together with their parents right after they got married, so I'm really sorry. That was a thoughtless thing to say. No, please don't apologize at all. I was just a bit surprised, that's all. As it was Todd's idea, as his mother I was happy that he offered to do that, but honestly, I do understand your feelings as a daughter-in-law coming into our family. I absolutely know it's not an easy decision to make. And I heard from Todd that your marriage is now being postponed for a while. I assume that's all because of the matter of living together with us, right? I'm just so concerned about that, because I wouldn't want this matter to get in the way of your marriage. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not like I'm saying that I don't want to live together with your family, but I was just a bit concerned that he didn't try to consult with me before all of this. Yeah, I totally understand how you may feel about this, but as you may know, Todd is pretty persistent about his ideas and is not the type that easily changes what he decides. So to follow his idea, why don't we try cooperating with each other, doing it this way? First, why don't we try living together at our house and then live separately soon after that? What does that mean? If we live together just for a while, I'm sure Todd will probably be satisfied about what he's been longing to do for us. So after we live together for just a little while, then you can go ahead and rent a place and move out with Todd soon after that. Because of course we also don't assume that you will be willing to live with us forever. So how about us supporting you two to live separately when the time comes? Do you think Todd will actually agree to that and be satisfied by living together in such a short period of time? Don't worry, everything's going to be fine, so just leave it all up to us. We should just say that we get too considerate about ourselves living together with each other, or the house feels smaller since you two moved in. Just continue to make up reasons that this will not work so you two can move out and live separately from us. If it's a reason that arises after we tried living together, I don't think Todd will actually be able to say anything to that and will finally give up. Well, that may be true, but I'll just be sad if you and Todd break up by a matter like this. So why don't we cooperate with each other and get through this situation? Don't worry, I'll make sure you'll be able to move out of our house and live separately by the time you have the wedding ceremony. Well, I appreciate you for thinking this through. Thank you so much for being considerate and supportive to me. No, that's not a problem at all. Because we're really happy that Todd has finally found a girl he wants to marry, so I just wanted to help out and do what's best for Todd and you. Honestly, I still don't know much about you, but I do believe you are a nice person. And I've heard so many other good things about you from Todd. Like I heard that you're really good at housework, and he said that your cooking is even at a professional level. No, Todd is just exaggerating. It's just that I like to cook things, and it's one of my hobbies. That is so wonderful to have cooking as a hobby. Oh, that's right. Actually, I'd like to ask you, would you be able to teach me how to cook when you live with us? Because honestly, I've never been good at cooking and really need to work on that. Todd and my husband always complain about my cooking. So it would be great if you can teach me some tips about cooking and introduce me to some good recipes. Sure, if it's okay with you, I can help out with cooking. But it's not like I actually make any gourmet dishes. They're all just very simple homemade dishes and nothing really special. No, I would love that, and I definitely know that you must be better at cooking than I am. Well then, I hope this conversation helped out changing your mind towards joining our family. So would you be able to think about living together with us more positively now? Yes. I guess I was getting worried about this marriage, but I feel a little relieved by now talking to you. Thank you for caring about me and reaching out. I'm really glad that I was able to talk to you. Well, I'm also glad you feel that way now. I know Todd may seem a bit foolish sometimes, but please don't leave him, okay? Because he really wishes to get married to you, so I hope you understand and continue to stay by his side. I really think you two are meant to be together. Well then, I'll be waiting to hear good news from Todd.
Hey Meg, I just saw your text. You really agreed to live with my parents, right?
Yeah, I did think this through, and I just thought that maybe we can give this a try and see how this goes with your family.
Really? Thanks, Meg. My parents are really happy about this too. Because they seem to really like you, Meg.
I really appreciate them welcoming me into your family, but I hope I don't let them down when we actually live together. And Todd, by saying things like I'm good at cooking, you did raise the bar too high for me, didn't you? I'm actually feeling a lot of pressure about that. I hope I can meet their expectations.
But it's actually the truth, isn't it? Meg, honestly, I've never met anyone that can do household chores perfectly as you. And in addition, you're such a good cook.
Well, I do appreciate you saying that to me, but you know people have different tastes, and I'm not sure if your family will enjoy my dishes as you do.
Oh, that's no problem at all. Because if I like your cooking, then my mother and father would definitely be satisfied with it too. I'm so confident about that. So, when do you plan to move into our house?
But first, we have to process our marriage registration, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, I'm just so excited I got carried away. So, when should we process the registration? At first, I know we were thinking of getting married right after we met our parents, so I'm ready to get married anytime, like even now. Meg, you're not particular about exact dates, are you?
Well, no, I'm not particular about that, but I guess it will be better if we choose one of the luckiest days on the calendar. Let me see. So, how about the 9th of next month?
But that's like 1 month from now. And unfortunately, I'm going on a business trip on that date, so I won't be in town.
Yeah, I know that you have business plans. So I was thinking of going ahead to process the registration on my own without you. And you know that we have to start preparing for moving, right? Like packing our stuff and letting the landlord know that we're leaving and stop paying the rent. Todd, you have to do all of that too on your end, you know.
Actually, I've already left my house and just moved into my parents' house now.
What? Really?
Yeah, because I thought that we'll start living with my parents right after we get married anyway.
But I didn't know that you had already moved into your parents' house this early. I'm just so surprised. Why didn't you tell this to me before?
Oh, I'm so sorry that I forgot to tell you about that. But as a result, this turned out just fine as I expected.
Even if it's an obvious matter for you, things are considered important to me. So I want you to promise to tell me these important things in advance. What were you actually going to do if I didn't agree to living with your parents after all?
Well, I was always believing in you, Meg. But I guess I had no doubt about this. I really appreciate you agreeing to this marriage and living together with my parents. I know that wasn't an easy decision for you. I promise that I will love you all through my life, Meg. Mom! Yes! We did it! She finally processed the marriage registration. So we're gonna have a personal housekeeper joining our family from tomorrow. So don't hesitate to use her as you wish, because I'm sure she'll basically do anything for us.
Huh? That's absolutely not happening because I'm not going, you fool!
What?
Because we're not even married in the first place, and just remember, I'm never going to live with your parents anyway, so why don't you just forget about everything?
Huh? What's wrong?
Don't you realize yet? Look, you have the wrong contact, you know.
What? Is that you, Meg?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh no. Meg, wait. You just need to forget what I just said. Well, that's strange.
What are you saying that I should actually forget about?
Meg, I'm so sorry. It seems that the text sent to you was just a joke sent from my colleague.
Huh?
He's actually together with me on this business trip, but since I was so happy about getting married, he just suddenly took away my smartphone from me. I'm so sorry, but can you forgive me for what he has done? I know this must have disappointed you. I will definitely warn my colleague about that.
No, that's all right, because you're just lying, since I know you're not with your colleague now.
No, he really is with me. You need to believe me. Or should I have him call you later to apologize to you directly?
That's enough. Could you just stop all of this? I'm saying that I don't need any more excuses from you. Oh, I can't believe you were such a jerk. I feel really stupid to have thought of marrying you even once.
But you did get married to me, right?
Weren't you listening to what I said before? I said I'm not married to you, because I haven't processed the marriage papers yet.
What? Why haven't you? You just said that you did a while ago, right? I thought everything was taken care of, and we were now officially married.
Well, that was actually a lie.
What? A lie? Why did you have to lie to me like that?
Because you are the one who started all of this and was trying to go through a marriage full of lies. Like suddenly bringing up the matter of living together with your parents? And saying that you'll love me forever while betraying me by having an affair? Now I know that everything was just a lie.
What? Well, I didn't think I actually had to tell you about living together with my parents in advance. And for your information, I'm not having an affair.
I know you're with your partner right in the middle of having an affair now, so don't try making any excuses.
What?
The reason why I decided to process the marriage papers today on this date is because I knew that you were going on this business trip. You had business trips every month, but you were always spending a few days with her enjoying your affair, right?
No, that's not true.
No, it's absolutely true. I already have taken pictures of you two together.
What?
So it's just useless looking around now trying to find me, okay? Because I've already hired someone to investigate and follow you. So can you just give up because I already have evidence?
Hey, wait, Meg. You need to believe me. This is not true. This is all a misunderstanding.
You've been repeatedly saying that this is not true, but actually nothing is a mistake, and unfortunately, everything is the truth. So it's completely useless making any further excuses.
Meg, I need you to calm down and listen to what I'm saying. You got this all wrong. You see, I'm not having an affair with the person I'm seeing now. She's just a friend from the past, and believe me, we're not in that kind of relationship.
If that's so, then did you have to go all the way and lie that you're going on a business trip when you're just meeting a friend? And I don't think you'll hug a friend so tightly. Actually, as I was still considering living with your parents, my parents had your family investigated as well. Though I do feel awful doing that without getting any permission from you. But that's when I found out that you were actually having an affair with her. And another surprise that you've never mentioned to me, but we found out that you actually have a sister in your family too.
Oh, so you've investigated that far about us. Well then, after knowing all this, why did you say you were going to marry me anyway?
Because in the previous investigation, we still didn't have actual pictures of your partner yet. With this actual evidence, I was waiting for this moment to tell you that I wanted to break this engagement off on the first day I move in.
But you need to understand. Basically, this is all my mother's fault.
Huh?
Because my mother didn't do any of the household chores in the past. And my sister was always the one actually doing it. But as my sister moved out and ran away, my mother started demanding me to do it. And told me that if I didn't want to do it any further, I need to find a wife who can handle all of this.
So that's why your mother sent the text to me as if she was supporting you and concerned about me. And you just didn't want to let your partner do the chores. Since you were going to make me sacrifice doing the chores for your family, right?
But even so, I was still planning to marry you and work this out. I was thinking of just spending a few days with her, but would go back home to live with you for the rest of the week. So other than that, I really don't mind what you do at all. So please, can you please consider coming to our house?
Well, what kind of proposal is that? Are you out of your mind? You know that nobody will say yes in that kind of situation. I know you're just trying to make me a housekeeper and nurse your grandmother once we live together, right? How can I say yes to that kind of situation?
I promise that I'll never make you poor.
Thanks for caring, but I think I'm better off living by myself. I thought that you were a jerk knowing you had an affair, but I didn't think you were this helpless and pathetic. Just remember that I will definitely ask for consolation money for the break-off of this engagement. And I will definitely tell your mother about the partner you're having an affair with.
Hey, wait, Meg! I really don't want you to tell my mother about my partner. Please, Meg. Because if my mother knows about this, she's definitely going to ask me to bring her to our house.
Yeah, I guess she will. But I really don't care what happens to you anyway. It's all your fault trying to make me do things for you and your family. But I actually do feel sorry for your partner. Because she's the one who's going to have to make up for this, being your family's personal housewife and work like a slave. After that, as I had to tell Todd's parents about his affair and finally break off the engagement, I was able to receive the consolation money for all of this from Todd. And as expected, Todd's mother immediately went over to his partner's house and they got married the next month, right after I broke off the engagement with him. As his wife started living with his parents, doing all the household chores and nursing, she couldn't put up with the bullying from Todd's mother, and it seems that they eventually got divorced within just a year. After their divorce, losing both his wife and housekeeper at once, Todd was doing all the chores and nursing his grandmother by himself like he used to again. But as he also reached his limits, constantly doing everything for his family, he just got so angry that he hit his mother and eventually got arrested by the police for violence. I do understand that Todd may have also been a victim of this as well, being controlled by his mother all through this time. But I can never empathize with him as he was trying to make me go through all of that in place of him and can never forgive his betrayal for also having an affair while we were actually engaged. However, as he is living his life being separated from his mother now, I do wish he will at least regret and realize the horrible things he's done to me in the past. As he did continue to say that he will love me forever up until the day we were supposed to get married. Honestly, I was so shocked and really disappointed to hear about the unrevealed facts that my parents had investigated about Todd and his family. But I'm so relieved now that I was able to realize Todd's true self and his family's situation before I actually got married. Just the thought of going through that marriage in that situation, it definitely would have been a terrible nightmare for me. I'm glad that I was able to avoid the marriage before the situation became worse. So I really appreciate my parents for investigating about Todd and his family and supporting me throughout this tragedy. After going through this incident, although I can't think of getting into a serious relationship now or the idea of getting married at all, I do realize that there are more special joys in life than just love, relationships, and marriage. just spending some quality time with my precious family and friends are things that make me truly happy. I may not have realized this if I had gotten married to Todd, so I guess that's one thing I'm thankful for now. Anyway, I just want to continue to cherish my happiness I have now and slowly try healing my broken heart, hoping there's a future full of happiness waiting for me ahead. Thank you for watching Peep Talk videos. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Also, feel free to leave any comments. Please visit us again to check out the next video.
That's it. I can't take it anymore. I'm sick and tired of living in our crappy old apartment. I want a house, Lisa. A house of our own.
Rick, are you alright? What brought this on all of a sudden?
One of my subordinates was talking in the break room just now. He was bragging about the house that he and his wife are building, showing everyone concept pictures from the architects and everything. Who does he think he is? He's 10 years younger than me.
Wow, buying his own house at that age? That's impressive. It seems to me like most young people these days are giving up on ever owning a home.
Yeah, and that's just the thing. He's not even doing it with his own money. There's no way he'd be able to afford it on his pathetic salary.
You sure about that? Where do you suppose the money is coming from then?
From his parents! They didn't even have to buy a plot of land. They're giving him the land where his grandfather's house was. It's not fair. Why couldn't I have been born in a family with money and land to throw around like that?
Yeah, he does seem like he was given plenty of advantages from birth. That's not all that many people out there like that these days, though.
It's not even about the money. I'm not really concerned about that. All I want is a house. A place to live that I can call mine. I mean, renting at our age? It's just plain embarrassing.
Really? I don't think it's embarrassing at all. In this city, I'll bet even the most of the wealthier people are renting apartments rather than owning a house.
You might not think much of it, but it's humiliating to me. I'm not getting any younger, so I want to buy a house that I can retire in. I mean, even my subordinate has a house, but I don't? What kind of boss is in a worse financial position than his subordinates? You should have heard the way he was talking when he was telling everyone about his house. And he kept giving me this look like, yeah, you see this? I'm buying a house, but you are. You're such a loser.
Okay now, Rick. I think you're reading a bit too much into this. I'll bet he's far too busy being happy for himself to think so negatively of you.
In any case, we're gonna buy a house.
I don't know, Rick.
You got a bunch of money in savings, right?
Well, yeah, but, Rick, we've never even talked about buying a house up until now.
You got more than enough to buy a house. I know you do. Please, Lisa. You'll do this for me, right?
Wait, you want me to cover it with my savings? Why don't we get a loan like most people do?
But why would we borrow money and have to keep making payments for 30 years when we could just buy it outright? You're self-employed, so who knows how things are going to go for you in the future? Plus, with a loan, there's interest, fees, that sort of thing.
Well, yes, you are right about how much savings I have, but I was planning on using that to support us in our retirement.
We're not that old yet. We can still afford to think about the present. And have you heard about the real estate market around here? All the analysts are saying that prices are going to go way up over the next decade. If we don't buy now, we might never be able to afford it. Doesn't have to be a huge mansion. Just enough space for us is fine.
But you were saying that you wanted to build a new house, right? That's pretty expensive. I think we'd be better off finding a used home that's inexpensive and in good condition.
You think so? Okay, well I guess it doesn't matter that much to me either way. I just want a house, that's all.
Alright, well for now, how about we go and talk to a realtor to see what kind of options are out there? There might be some open houses in the area coming up.
And if we find one we like, you'll buy it for me?
If we find the perfect house that's in good condition for a reasonable price, then yes, okay. The more I think about it, I suppose it might be good timing for us to get a house of our own.
Yes! Thank you so much, Lisa. I'm gonna go look for open houses in the area right now. I'm so excited. I'm finally gonna own my own house.
Remember, we're only buying a house that fits inside our budget, okay? Buying a house isn't like shopping for clothes. We need to be very deliberate about this.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna cut down on watching TV and use that time to look for a house.
I'm still kind of uneasy about emptying my savings account, though.
We have our own house, though. We don't have to pay any rent. You'll be able to save that money back up in no time. I'll even put in some extra hours at work from time to time.
I think the more pressing issue is to control our spending. More specifically, your spending. We've talked about your spending habits before, Rick. You waste an awful lot of money. Earning more money is great, but it won't mean a thing if you spend it all right away.
Don't worry, you can count on me. The big day is finally here. We're moving tomorrow. And when I wake up the next morning, it's gonna be in the house of my very own. The dream come true.
We still aren't even close to being ready for the move, though. We're gonna have to stay up all night boxing stuff up at this rate.
Ah, speaking of tonight, I'm going out for drinks with my coworkers, so I'll be home a bit late. Be sure to get as much done as you can while I'm out.
What? Rick, we're moving tomorrow. We don't have time to be going out drinking. And, by the way, most of the stuff that hasn't been boxed up yet is your stuff. Like, what am I supposed to do with all these action figures of yours? I don't know how to package these.
Sorry, Lisa, but my immediate superior invited us out. I can't say no. Don't worry, though. I'll get home as soon as I can.
This is unbelievable. Why are you throwing all of this on me, Rick? You were the one who insisted that we buy a house, but I'm the one that had to do all the work.
Huh? What else have you done besides pack?
Are you serious? Everything! Including looking through listings, which you explicitly said you were going to do. About the only thing you did was come along to an open house or two. Every single step of the way, from talking to the realtor to packing up our stuff, I've been completely on my own.
I was busy with work, though.
Okay, meanwhile, I had to take paid leave in order to do everything. So you don't get to use your work as an excuse.
Whoa there, Lisa. What's up with this massive mood swing? Are you going through menopause or something?
You caused nothing but trouble for the realtor, too. I lost track of how many times you changed your mind at the last minute.
Did I really?
Yes, you did. I would find a house and show it to you. You would say you love it. Then, right as we were about to sign the contract, you found something you didn't like about it, and we had to start from scratch. You're so indecisive, Rick. That realtor is a practical saint for being patient enough to deal with you.
It's their job to deal with people like me. A house is the most expensive thing most people will ever purchase in their lives. It's only natural for people to be picky and change their mind a couple of times.
We're not talking about finding some minor detail that turns you off about a place. We're talking about you doing a full 180 within a single day. Like, do you have amnesia or something? In the morning, you say, I want a big backyard. Then in the evening, you'd be like, I don't want to have to mow the lawn every other week.
Hey, we picked out a great house in the end, didn't we? It's in a nice, safe area with a lot of other new houses around it. It was really cheap for being just a few years old.
Yeah, I do have to admit that we got a pretty good deal on it. I'm glad we decided to buy a house rather than build a new one.
You see? You're satisfied, I'm satisfied, everyone's satisfied. You should be thanking me for being so picky.
Well, it's mostly thanks to the hard work of the realtor. It's a little small, but it's more than enough for the two of us.
And if we suddenly find ourselves needing space for a kid or two?
I think we could do fine here with one kid, but two might be a bit much. If need be, I can repurpose my office into a nursery.
Wait, you were serious about making one room into an office for yourself?
Yeah? Did you think I was joking?
You said you were thinking about it, but I didn't think you meant it. The living room is pretty big. Why don't you just work there?
I won't be able to focus in the living room.
Good grief, Lisa. They're not pleasing you at all?
In case you've forgotten, the only reason we were able to buy this house in the first place is because of how hard I work at my job. If I had a room that I could use as a space to focus on my work, my performance would go up even higher. And since buying this house wiped out practically all my savings, I'm gonna have to work twice as hard to save it all back up again.
What's wrong with the way you work now? I say you already work more than hard enough.
I let you have a room to display your action figures, Rick. Since you get a room to yourself, I deserve a room for myself too.
Do you have any idea how hard I've worked to collect and maintain all those action figures? Plus, a bunch of them are really rare. You have to keep them locked up in the secure case. All that stuff takes up a lot of space. But you just need a computer.
Seriously, Rick? I let you have an entire room just for your collection. It's only fair that I have some space to work in. Hey, Rick. We got a ton of packages in the mail, and they're addressed to you? What is all this stuff?
That's my sister's stuff.
This is Jenna's stuff. But why did she send it to you?
Duh! It's because she's gonna come and live with us. She's unemployed and her loser fiancé just broke up with her. I felt so bad for her. I said she could come and live with us to keep her company.
You have got to be kidding me. This is the first I'm hearing of this.
Yeah, and why do you suppose that is? If I talked to you about this ahead of time, you would've just said no. I figured it'd be safe once her stuff arrived. Now that things have gotten this far, there's no way you can turn her away now.
Rick, how could you do something so selfish? We don't have an empty room in the house. Exactly where are you planning on having her sleep?
You have that room with all your stupid work stuff in it, right? Give her that room.
Not a chance. You're the one who invited your sister to live with us without so much as mentioning it to me first. You can clear out the room with all of your action figures and give her that one.
No way! I need that room. This is a non-negotiable.
That's complete nonsense. You don't need a room for your action figures. You want it. I, however, actually need my office. What in the world has gotten into you? Did you think that you could just force me into doing things your way by sheer force of will?
Yeah?
Just who do you think you are anyway? Do you think you're the king of this house or something? That couldn't be farther from the truth. You don't get to decide everything that happens here by yourself.
Actually, I can. Aren't you forgetting something very, very important, Lisa? This is my house.
What?
Whose name is on the title, Lisa? Go ahead. Pull it out and tell me. I'll believe you'll find that it is my name on that title, and that as such, I do get to make all the decisions I want. I'm well within my rights to determine who gets to live here and what room is used for what purpose. If you don't like it, then you can move out.
Oh, wait, hold on. What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about? This is my house, Lisa. I make the rules.
No, it isn't. It's mine.
It is not.
Okay, how about I ask you this way? What exactly makes you think the house is yours, Rick? Can you explain that to me? I found the listing for this house, contacted the realtor, went to an open house, signed the purchase agreement, and paid for it all by myself. And my name is on the title.
But we're married, though. Doesn't that mean the title defaults to the husband?
Is that how you thought it worked? This isn't the 1600s anymore, Rick. Women can own property now.
But I'm the man of the house.
That's just an expression. It's not legally binding. Just because you are the man of the house doesn't make you the man who owns the house.
It doesn't?
Look, I understand that your sister has fallen on hard times, and I'm not opposed to helping her out. I'll even allow her to live with us like you want. However, there are a few conditions. 1, we will discuss with her and set a reasonable time limit by which she needs to find her own place. 2, I am not giving her my workroom.
Then where is she supposed to sleep?
Isn't that obvious? In your room. Rearrange things so a bed fits in there or clear out your action figures. Oh, and one more thing. She's going to be contributing to expenses too. I'll let her be our housemaid, but I'm not going to become her mother.
How can you be so cold, Lisa? This is my sister we're talking about, and she's going through a lot right now. Don't you feel any desire to help out a family member in need?
You said her fiancé dumped her, but it's curious that you left out why he dumped her. He simply got tired of her going out to the bar every night and using his money to pay for it. It's not just her ex-fiancé either. Even your parents are furious at her shenanigans. She's brought this situation upon herself.
I can't believe the words coming out of your mouth. Or, well, these are texts, so they're actually coming out of your fingers. But that aside, I'm incredibly disappointed in you. No matter what you say, my sister is going to live with us, and we are going to support her however we can. Lisa, what's going on with the door? I'm trying to unlock it, but my key doesn't work. Is it broken or something?
No, I just changed a lock.
You what? Why? We just moved in. Why do you need to change out the locks already?
Because if I didn't change the locks, then you'd be able to get inside.
But I live here. I don't get it, Lisa. What are you doing?
I'm kicking you out of the house. You told me yesterday that the person whose name is on the title can decide who gets to live here and who doesn't, right? When I thought about it, I came to see that you made an excellent point. So, as the person whose name is on the title of this house, I hereby decree that you are not welcome any longer.
What's the matter with you? This isn't your house. We're married. It's our house. You have no right to kick me out of the house.
Which is it, Rick? Could you please make up your mind? Either the person whose name is on the title owns the house, or both of us own the house. I'm not going to let you change the rules when things aren't going your way.
Okay, maybe you have a point there. But if you boot me out of the house, what am I supposed to do? And not just me, what about Jenna? She's going to be here tomorrow. I mean, I'm a guy, so in the worst case scenario, I can always camp out under the stars if the weather's decent. I can't let women sleep outside at night.
Why don't you get a room at a hotel? You've got enough money to cover at least a few nights, right?
Are you telling me I'd have to pay for a hotel room for the both of us?
So what if I am? You just tried to force me to cover all her living expenses for her. What are you telling me, Rick? That you want to help Jenna, but not enough to actually pay for it yourself? Sorry, but I'm not going to let you use me for an ATM that you can just withdraw from whenever you want.
That's not what I'm doing at all.
It's exactly what you've been doing for as long as I can remember. And I'm putting a stop to it right here, right now. I didn't buy this house to house your action figures and prodigal family members.
Look, Lisa, I'm super grateful that you bought this house for me. Really. You get that, right? That I'm sincerely grateful?
Not really. I don't recall you ever showing me any genuine gratitude whatsoever. Was this your plan all along, Rick? To make me buy a house so you could show off all your action figures and house your little sister?
No, that's not true. Jenna's fiance didn't even dump her until a few days ago. This is all a recent development.
Be that as it may, it seems to me that you've been thinking about no one else but yourself for a long time now.
Are you still mad at me? I'm really sorry, Lisa. Just talked to my sister and told her that she can't come home and live with us anymore. Does that make you feel better? Can I come back home now?
I meant it when I said you weren't welcome here anymore. This house is mine to do what I please with it.
Are you really still going on about that? I already told you I was sorry. I shouldn't have talked to you like I did. I was being an arrogant jerk and I really regret it.
Oh, and another thing, I'm divorcing you.
What? You've got to be kidding me.
I wouldn't joke about such a serious topic as this, Rick. I'm going to box up all your stuff and put it out in the front yard, so come over and pick it up as soon as possible.
Wait! I know what I did was wrong, Lisa. I shouldn't have threatened to kick you out of the house. I realize my mistake now. You don't want to repeat the same mistake I did, do you?
Please, stop pretending like you and I are on the same level. I'm not the type to just throw out empty threats willy-nilly like you. I'm following all the necessary legal procedures to get rid of you.
That's where you're wrong. I'm not a total idiot. I know a thing or two. Even though you're technically the owner of the house, you don't have any legal authority to kick me out. Not as long as we're married.
Why do you think I'm going to divorce you? That solves all my problems.
Alright, well if we're gonna get a divorce, then we're gonna have a few things to talk about. Like a fair and equitable division of our assets.
This house isn't joint property, so it's not subject to asset division. It's 100% mine, and you have no right to be here.
But I don't get it. How does that work? Why isn't our house joint property?
Because I bought it using money I had saved up before we got married. Did you completely forget that you commanded me to buy this house using my savings?
Wait, if you bought it with money you made before we got married, it's not joint property?
That's right. That's why I had no issues with putting the house in my name only.
I had no idea. So I guess that means I won't get any of your savings either?
Unfortunately for you, no. It's all my money, and you have no right to get any of it.
Then I'm gonna be left with basically nothing after the divorce. What am I gonna do? How am I supposed to get by from now on without you?
You'll find some way to manage without me, I'm sure. You're a grown adult.
You know that's not true. You know how much I need you. Economically, emotionally. Without you in my life, I'm completely lost.
Well, I'm glad you're conscious of it anyway. You've been nothing but a burden to me, but I had no choice but to support you as your wife. I thought that maybe there was something good in you that would make it worth staying with you, but no, there's nothing there. Speaking of which, now that there's nothing in your action figure room anymore, I think I might put my office there instead. Rick put up quite a fight, but I followed through on divorcing him. He tried to push his sister off on his parents, but they were already sick of her. So now, Jenna's mooching off of Rick to get by. They moved into a cheap apartment together, but she outright refused to look for a job. Rick tried his best, but he just wasn't capable of supporting the two of them on his own modest salary. He's currently working multiple part-time jobs, in addition to his main job to make ends meet. As for me, that house was full of bad memories for me, so I decided to rent it out. I guess that's my silver lining in all of this. I found out that real estate investment is actually kind of fun. We need to have a talk, Sean. I just got your report card in the mail, and I am absolutely livid. There isn't even one single A on this card anywhere. Your highest grade was a B+, but that was in gym class. What's going on with you? Are you performing this poorly on purpose?
Why would I go out of my way to get mediocre grades? I did as well as I could, and well, you can see the results for yourself.
Nonsense. I won't hear such ridiculous talk from you. Our family has attended nothing but the most prestigious universities for generations. As the firstborn son of our family, I will not have you going to some run-of-the-mill commoner university.
What do you want from me, Mom? I told you, I'm doing the best that I can. I'm doing all the extra homework you're making me do, and taking lessons with a private tutor. Don't you think it's time you accepted that maybe this is just the way I am?
Even if that is just the way you are, I'll have no choice but to force you to clean up your act. If word gets out that my son is merely average, I'll never be able to face my friends again. How much money do you think I've spent on fixing you since your father died,
Too much, apparently. Sorry you wasted Dad's money on me. I don't care about going to some elite university. I'll be happy going to the one I want to attend.
How dare you disgrace your father's memory with such insolence?
I don't know. I doubt he'd be too upset about how I'm doing in school. He was always content to see me doing the things I was passionate about. Remember when you made me take the entrance exam for that private high school? Dad was telling me all the time that I didn't need to stress out too much about it. Seriously, Mom, I think you're going way overboard with your academic elitism.
I don't believe what I'm hearing. You think you can go to just any old university out there? What's the point of even attending a university with an average SAT score of less than 1300? If you want to go to work at a high-paying company like your father, the only way is to graduate from an elite university.
I'm not Dad, Mom. I'm my own person. I'm gonna walk my own path in life.
That attitude of yours is completely unacceptable for a firstborn son. Why couldn't your younger brother Cory have been born before you? Cory always takes his studies incredibly seriously. I got his report card today as well, and he got straight A's.
Then you can go ahead and consider Cory as your firstborn for all I care. You always treated him way better than me anyway. You barely ever paid any attention to me at all, honestly. So, just leave me alone, will you? Stop getting all over me about college stuff. I'm tired of it.
I wouldn't have to be getting after you like this if you hadn't decided to apply to that peasant university. If any of the other mothers in the neighborhood found out you were attending there, I'd die of embarrassment.
Okay, then just keep your mouth shut and don't tell anyone about me. I won't tell anyone either, so problem solved.
You're not escaping responsibility so easily. Don't forget that we're only able to get by thanks to the money your father left behind when he passed. He built up this fortune for us by graduating from a top-class university and working for a top-class company. All the middle-class peasants say there's more to a person than just their work history. But all the truly elite people only got there due to their elite education.
Good for them. It's still my life, and I'm gonna decide what I do with it.
If that's your attitude, then you can pay me back for all the money I've spent on tutors and private schooling for you.
Did I ever once ask you to spend all that money on me? I mean, why do you think I'm taking private lessons right now anyway? You're making me. But don't try and make me responsible for something you did of your own volition.
You little ungrateful wretch. You're 16 years old now. I don't have to allow you to attend school at all. If you're going to insist upon attending a working-class university, then drop out of high school this very instant.
Which is it, Mom? Do you want me to have an education or not? You've been pushing me all this time to get super elite education. But now you're telling me I have to become a high school dropout?
I told you, Sean, any education other than one at a prestigious university is no education at all. So go on, Sean. Make your own choices, like the big grown-up man you think you are. Drop out of high school and start living on your own. It won't matter to me. I've still got Cory. I know he would never disappoint me like you have.
There you go again, putting all your hopes and dreams on Cory. Do you really think he wants that kind of pressure from you? I can't imagine the amount of stress you're putting him under.
You don't need to worry about Cory. Unlike you, he's an incredibly gifted young man. He knows that everything I'm saying is 100% correct. You should be worrying about yourself, Sean. If you want to graduate high school, attend an acceptable university, and live a life worth living, then you had better shut your impudent little mouth and do exactly as I say. You will be taking the entrance exam for the university I choose for you, and if you do not pass, then I will disown you as my son. The day has come, Sean. Get out of my house by nightfall.
Huh? Oh, I get it. You got the results of my entrance exam back. I take it that I didn't pass, then.
Indeed. That's not all, however. You took the entrance exam for that third-rate university despite me explicitly forbidding it. And worse, you passed. It seems like every day you find newer, crueler ways to betray me, boy. I would consider it if you were going to attempt to apply again next year. But you've already enrolled in the university you chose. You're dead to me.
Yeah, I thought this day would come eventually. But seriously, you want me to get out today? I mean, my high school graduation ceremony is in a few weeks.
That's not my concern. Rent an apartment, live in a homeless shelter, or sell yourself into slavery if you have to. You'll have to get by on your own from now on. Be grateful I'm gracious enough to give you a suitcase. Pack as much of your things as you can fit inside of it. I don't want you ever coming back here ever again.
That's how it is, huh, Mom? Fine, I'm leaving.
One more thing. Don't you ever attempt to contact Cory. No phone calls, no text, no social media. From this day forth, you are no longer welcome in this family. I regret the day I brought an imbecile like you into this world. I only have one son now, Cory. I know he'll always do what I tell him to do.
To be honest, I was growing tired of dealing with an overbearing mom like you. So that's just fine with me.
That's exactly the kind of talk I expected from you. Disrespectful to the very end. Pathetic. Perhaps they made a mistake at the hospital and switched my baby out for you. No son of mine would ever behave like you.
And no mother of mine would ever be as controlling as you. One last thing, Mom, about Cory. Back off him, Mom. Stop pushing him so hard. He's his own person just like me.
You truly are an idiot, aren't you? You really think you and Cory are anything alike? Just because you turned out to be an impudent little brat, incapable of anything but disappointing me, doesn't mean Cory will become as much of a miserable failure as you. You've got far more important things to worry about than Cory, like finding a new place to live. And for the record, I will not be giving you any money when you leave.
I don't need any of your money, Mom. Now, leave me alone. I gotta get packing. You want me out by nightfall, right? Fine. My final show of appreciation for giving birth to me and raising me until now? I'll do what you want this one time. But don't ever expect anything from me ever again. I hope I never see or hear from you for the rest of my life.
The feeling's mutual, I assure you. Seeing you again would only remind me of what a colossal failure you turned out to be. I'll be out of the house by evening, so be sure you're gone before I return. Farewell, Sean. It's unfortunate things have happened this way, but this is the path that you've chosen for yourself. Cory, my pride and joy. I just heard the big news. Your job interview was a success.
That's right.
I'm so proud of you. Why don't you come by the house tonight? We need to celebrate. I'll make you a big dinner with all your favorites.
Sorry, Mom. I actually have plans for today.
Oh, is that right? Well, that's too bad. We'll have to have you over very soon, though. Oh, Cory, I just can't tell you enough how proud I am of you. I always knew that you'd get hired into a top-class company, just like your father did. Meanwhile, I'll bet that other boy, whose name need not be spoken, is working the cash register at a convenience store.
Wait, you mean Sean? Are you telling me you didn't know?
Didn't know about what? That he's a colossal disappointment and utter failure? Of course I knew that.
No, that he's actually one of the biggest success stories in a generation.
What? What do you mean? Sean? A success?
Oh, I'm guessing you get most of your news from TV, right? Like, you've never read news articles on the internet?
Why bother? With all the rampant misinformation online, the only network I trust to tell me what's going on in the world is BNN.
Ah, then I guess you wouldn't know.
In any case, what's going on with that fool?
What's going on is he has the world in the palm of his hand. While he was in college, he single-handedly designed and published what's now the #1 most popular app in the world. Then, he sold it for an unbelievable amount of money. Now he's working for one of the most prominent technology firms in the world. I doubt there's a single person who uses social media that doesn't know Sean's name.
The boy's working for a respectable company? Oh, Cory, you always knew how to make me laugh. Now, enough joking around. What's he really up to?
I'm not joking.
Wait, you mean you're serious?
Yeah, Mom. Sean is an absolute genius. I'm jealous of him, really. All I ever had was book smarts, but Sean? He's got something special.
Don't be ridiculous, Cory. You are superior to that fool in every single way.
That's where you're wrong, Mom. Anyway, I want to tell you that I'm grateful for all the support you've given me. But from now on, I think it's best we go our separate ways. I don't need you to micromanage every single facet of my life anymore. So thanks for offering to celebrate with me, but I don't think I'll ever be coming home again.
Cory, you're not going to come home again?
That's what I said.
But weren't you going to move back home after you finish university?
Are you kidding me? You think I'd voluntarily walk back into that house? I'd rather spend the rest of my life in a prison cell. Life with you was practically a prison anyway. Oh yeah, I only hinted that I might come back because you were paying for my tuition. But I don't need that anymore. And I don't need you anymore either.
But Cory, I've spent an incredible amount of money on you over the years.
Yeah? And did I ever ask you to do that? No, you just kept throwing money at me. Besides, I fulfilled my end of the bargain. I went to the private elementary school, middle school, high school, and college you told me to, didn't I? It seems to me like we're even.
Cory, I've worked myself to the bone to support you ever since you were a baby.
Oh yeah? Like how? The way I see it, me and Sean are the only ones who have done any real hard work around here. Plus, I've been wanting to say this for a long time now, but you never went to community college. Where do you get off telling me and Sean that we have to get some super elite university?
But you boys have your father's blood in you. You're capable of much greater things. And I'll have you know that I could very easily have gotten into a prestigious university if I wanted to. It's just that, well, my family didn't quite have the financial resources is all.
That doesn't change the fact that you graduated from a community college. The only reason I've stayed quiet and done what you told me to until now is because I didn't really have anything in particular I want to do with my life. I figured I might as well get a solid academic record in the meantime. and I would eventually find my path later on. And now that I've graduated and know what I want, I don't have any reason to put up with your oppressive parenting anymore.
You're not going to start working until next month though, right? What are you going to do until then? Where are you going to live?
I'll figure something out. I worked part-time all this time, so I've got plenty of savings. And if all else fails, John has told me that I'm more than welcome to stay with him for as long as I need to.
Cory, dear, can we please talk about this? You see, I've used up almost all of your father's inheritance. I thought that once you graduated and got a good job that you could help support me. That's why I've poured everything into you and your education.
But again, I never asked you to do that. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Cory, wait. I understand that maybe I was a bit pushy in the past, but I can change. Please, Cory, you're the only person I can rely on. Hello there, Sean. It's been so long since we've talked. How are you doing these days, dear?
Huh? Mom?
What a relief. I was afraid you blocked my number.
I only kept your number in my contact list in case something happened with Cory.
You are such a considerate older brother, Sean.
So, what do you want? Whatever it is, make it quick. I got better things to do than shoot the breeze with you.
The truth is, I wanted to apologize to you.
Yeah?
You must have gone through so much because of me. I'm so sorry for kicking you out before you graduated from high school.
Let me take a wild guess at what's going on here. You're only contacting me now because Cory told you about me. Am I right?
No, I mean, yes. Cory did tell me about you and what you've done since we last spoke. But I wasn't planning to contact you at first. Then I read a few of those silly internet articles about you, and I immediately regretted the way I acted toward you. I should have been more supportive of you and your choices. It says here you were barely making ends meet for most of your time in college.
It was a miracle I was even able to attend school at all. Fortunately for me, some of Dad's old friends were kind enough to help me out when I needed it. Granted, I did my best to pay for everything myself, mind you. If it weren't for them, I never would have made it this far.
I'm so sorry, dear.
You don't need to be. Struggles of my youth are part of what made me what I am. I don't think of you at all anymore.
Listen, won't you come by the house one of these days? I'd love to have the chance to sit down and chat with you. I understand you're out of the country on business quite often, but you're at home now, right?
5 years ago, you told me that I was dead to you.
Oh, that? You can't hold me to that, Sean. I didn't mean it. I was just angry, that's all.
No, you definitely meant it. And if Cory never told you I was rich, you wouldn't be talking to me right now. If you actually felt bad about what you did, you would have made some kind of move to reconcile with me before now. But you didn't, did you? All you had to do was a simple internet search for my name, and you would have found out all you need to know. But you didn't even do that.
You have to understand, though. I never use the internet for news. It's full of misinformation. They talk about it on TV all the time.
It's whatever. I don't really care. Like I said, I don't need an apology. Nothing's gonna repair a broken relationship at this point.
But Sean, I desperately need your help.
Excuse me?
I poured every last cent of your father's estate into Cory, but now he's telling me that he won't live with me anymore. I don't have any money left to live on. What am I supposed to do from now on?
Sounds like a you problem to me, Mom. Dad left you tons of money. You should have been more careful with it.
I saw a picture of your house on the internet, Sean. It looks massive. It's probably 4 times as big as our house. I'll bet it's a terrible pain to have to keep it all neat and tidy. How about this? I'll move in with you, and in return, I'll do all your cleaning and cooking too.
No thanks. After what you did to me, you still have the nerve to come crawling to me for help? Just when I think you couldn't disappoint me any more than you already have.
Sean, I beg you, I'm desperate. The house is starting to fall apart. There are all sorts of repairs I need to make. And you know how terrible inflation is these days. I did some math, and at this rate, I will be completely penniless by the end of next year.
Oh, then it sounds like you've got plenty of time. You're still in your 50s, right? You can work just fine.
But Sean, I've been nothing but a housewife for the last 30 years. What am I supposed to do for work?
I don't know. Well, you have to find something. It's either that or starve.
You've got plenty of money, don't you? I may not have been as motherly to you as I could have been, but you never wanted for anything as long as I was watching over you. Don't you feel any gratitude for that at all?
Yep, it's just as I thought. All you were after was my money.
I wouldn't be coming to you like this if I weren't in deep, deep trouble.
Okay, fine. I'll send you some money.
Really? You will? I always knew I could count on you. You're nothing like that younger brother of yours. He took all he could take from me and ran away. I should have known he'd turn out like this. He was such a greedy boy.
I'll send you the exact amount of money that you spent on my education. I'll even throw in some extra to cover food and other living expenses you paid for me.
What? You mean you're not going to give me a monthly allowance? Or cover the repairs to the house? That's all?
I'm not under any compulsion to give you any more. That's what you tried to get me to do 5 years ago, remember? I've decided that it actually seems like a pretty good deal. With this, you'll no longer be able to hold anything over my head ever again. Man, thank God I didn't rely on you for my college tuition. If I had, I would have to shell out way more money to cut ties with you.
Wait, Sean. That's not going to be anywhere near enough to cover my retirement expenses.
Is that my problem? Nope, it's yours. You have to take care of that yourself.
I gave birth to you, Sean. I fed you, clothed you, and housed you for almost 18 years. And you think you can repay me for all of that with just a little bit of money?
You should be grateful that I'm offering you that much. Don't forget, you were the one who disowned me. I don't have to give you anything at all. Would you prefer that?
I'm sorry for what I did to you, Sean. I was a terrible mother to you, I admit that. I should have been kinder to you. And I swear from now on, I'll be the kind of mother you deserve. So please, don't abandon me like this. In spite of everything that's happened between us, I'm still your mother.
You gave up that title 5 years ago when you told me, quote, "You're dead to me." Oh, as long as I'm using your words against you, here's another one. It's unfortunate things happen this way, but this is the path that you've chosen for yourself. My mom kept messaging me for a while after that to get me to change my mind, but I just ignored her. I was only in town for a few days, so I made sure to see my brother so we could catch up. He told me that he thinks he should be able to make it until his first paycheck with the money he saved up right now. But I wrote him a check anyway. It's the least I could do for him. After I left home, he had to bear the brunt of Mom's overbearing nature all by himself. I know it's not the kind of thing that can be fixed with just money, but I still wanted to help him in any way I could. As for our mom, she ran out of money much earlier than she expected and had to pick up a part-time job. I can only assume that she's keeping herself busy, because her texts to me and my little brother are going less and less frequent every day. Likewise, with each passing day, I can feel the burden of the expectations she had on me become lighter and lighter. I debated what to do about my mom for some time, but I can say for sure that cutting ties with her was the right decision.